Usually you see me, we're working out, but today we're doing a live Q&A with JumSport Fitness. I'm super excited. We got Steve here. He's going to be answering all kinds of questions. And I'm going to start things off because we just got a new attachment for our trampolines here. I don't know if you can see. We have the bar attachment. We've been having so much fun with it. So I want Steve to share a little bit of information about what are the options for your JumSport trampoline and like the benefits of choosing one over the other.
Hi, everybody. Steve Carver, JumSport Fitness, and I'm happy to talk to you all today. So, as far as the handlebar accessory goes with your JumSport Fitness trampoline, we have them available in both sizes, 39 and 44 inch. So they will fit either size model that you have. So nobody's going to get left out. We have 3 different options on the handlebar now, which is Michelle didn't know about this, but I'm springing on something brand new for you guys today, and you guys are the first ones hearing about it. So we have our traditional bolt-on handlebar, which I think Michelle is showing you in the background there. That particular model that bolts right to the frame of your trampoline creates a very stable environment. It's a full body weight accessory. It allows you to do push-ups and pull-ups and all kinds of other things on it. So it's not just for balance or stretching, which certainly is an option if that's something that you want to use it for. That particular model, it does extend across the whole surface of the trampoline. So it gives you a very large surface area in case you wanted to do bar method or some type of Pilates exercises that you feel that this would be beneficial to you. Dance-based exercises where you can use the bar as a bar, like as in traditional dance, where they would just use it to stabilize movements and to do all kinds of bar movements and dance type of exercising. We have it in 2 other configurations. So the second option is what we call the quick release, which you keep your trampoline in its standard configuration with 6 curved legs, and it actually bolts to the actual leg of the trampoline so that you can take it on and off depending on whether you want to use it or not use it, depending on the type of method that Michelle is teaching you. So if you have a bar class and you feel like that's the only thing you're going to do, the bolt-on one is perfectly fine. You can turn it to the side, which will allow you to be able to do some of the other programming without it being intrusive into what you're doing. So don't worry that if you have that option, you certainly can use it in different capacities. The clip-on one is just a little bit more convenient when it comes to transitioning between 2 different types of exercising. So if you're just doing cardio and you don't feel you need the bar, you can take it off. But if you're doing something that's bar related, you can clip it back on and it goes on and off really quickly. Now, my studio is a little different than hers. I'm going to try to show you guys this and hopefully it works out okay. So what I've done is set up my own little setup here. So let's see if I'm still in frame. Oh, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to climb back in here. So this is the standard bar attachment that Michelle has, which is bolted on. Okay, the second version of it is a clip-on. So I've done it on both sides of the trampoline. And this one allows you to just undo a little system, and then the bar will come off, and you can see it has a different configuration on the bottom. So these are also available in 39 and 44 inch configurations, and it serves as the same type of accessory as the one you have that bolted onto your trampoline. So the new one that I'm going to show you guys today, this is our short handle, and our short handle goes between 2 legs. So instead of going across the whole trampoline surface, it would actually bolt on where 2 of your legs are and create a non-intrusive bar, which is really good for balance. It can be used as a target for doing some certain types of abdominal exercises. Certainly is great for balance and doing stretching. It's just not intrusive into the jumping surface at all. So it was something that people were requesting, and that we looked at it and we decided not to go with a T-bar configuration because it puts you in a very bad ergonomic position. So we decided to stick with our standard configuration because we tested it many times and it's very stable, and we trust that you guys will still be safe and it will be very effective in the type of programming that you're going to use.
Okay, that's the one thing that I want people to remember too. It's safe, right? That's my number one priority is the safe. And I got to tell you too, when we've been using the bar attachment, we can bear a lot of our weight on it, and especially too with having the Pro series, the feet, the way that they're designed keeps the trampoline really stable, so it's not going to flip on you. I do have a question from some of the viewers. They want to know too about like having a bar attachment on a foldable.
Okay, so the only consideration that you're going to want on that is to make sure that when you attach your bar that it goes across the hinge, right? So if I attach it on one side of the hinge and the other side of the hinge, there's no possibility whatsoever if you're moving it around or you tip it over that it's going to fold on you. So what you're doing is using the bar as kind of a way to doubly lock your trampoline into a fixed position while using the bar. So it makes it even more safe.
And then I have a question too. So for the short bar, does it
Mhm.
is it only one size fits all? So it fits both the sizes of the trampolines?
So right now we only have it in for the 39-inch trampoline because the distance between the legs is different, but it is in the works, and we will have this particular model available not only in the bolt-on version, but in the quick release version as well. But right now we're only launching with the bolt-on the 39-inch product, which is that 350 Pro. The larger units is great, but they will be available soon. So like I said, you guys have the availability right now of the 44-inch trampoline in the standard handle and the clip-on handle, and you know that this is coming. So at some point when you see more of it and the programming has progressed and people have starting to adopt this a little bit more, there will be the 44-inch option available.
All right. Well, I know that we actually just filmed, I think we have 5 new workouts that are going to be coming out on my channel and also with Jump Sport. So they are coming. And I'm telling you, like I said, we didn't realize until we had them, like how many different things that we could really do. So take advantage now. There is a discount. I'm For the first time, I'm able to offer 15% off the handlebars, any of them. And I will put that, I can say it now. It's mbreeler15. So if you go to JumpSport.com, right?
JumpSportFitness or JumpSport.com
Yep,
and click on
JumpSportFitness.com.
fitness and you're in there.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then you can use the code and you can get 15% off any of the handlebar attachments.
perfect. Yeah.
Super. Another question that I get asked all the time, Steve, is should I wear shoes or barefoot? And if I'm wearing shoes, what kind of shoes should I wear?
So I get that question asked for me all the time too. So my personal preference is to use some type of court shoe. So tennis, basketball thing, because you have a very stable shoe going on a very dynamic surface. So you want to have as much stability in your feet. So either a very stable shoe or your bare feet. So if you want to be more tactile and you really want to engage your feet more in the process and you want to really get a good feel for what you're doing and strengthen all of those your toes and feet and make sure that they understand all the dynamics of balance, barefoot option is great. My issue is that if you're a home user, that's great. It's pure trampoline. You can jump on it however you like. What I don't encourage you to do is do it in socks, unless they have little grippies on the bottom because it becomes very slippery. You don't want to use a shoe that doesn't have good lateral stability. Remember, the trampoline and all the different planes of motion that you're working on is basically like being an athlete and working through different planes of motion on the ground. And you have the dynamic surface that undulates and tilts and tips and does all kinds of things. So you want to make sure that your footwear or lack of footwear is going to accommodate those kind of conditions.
Super.
I hope that made sense.
Oh, completely. You know what?
Okay.
I sometimes recommend too, like wearing a training shoe because it's flatter versus a running shoe. To me, a running shoe is like a no. I don't know about you,
Well, you would have to be very proficient to manage a running shoe, unless you were just running on the trampoline,
yeah.
which is certainly an option. If you're
But there's that
practicing,
different.
right, if you're practicing running and you're only working in one plane of motion, then that running shoe would be sufficient. But I would certainly suggest that you shy away from that if at all possible.
All right, let's move on to Bungees. So Shannon, she's somebody that I know. I think she recently bought a trampoline directly from you, Steve, and it doesn't adjust. So I think it's in the two. It's a foldable 200 series,
Okay,
and she can't adjust the bungee. So if somebody has
correct.
a trampoline, a jump sport trampoline, and they want to level it up. What can they do?
All right. Well, any of our trampolines, whether it be 200, 300, or 400 series, or 500 series trampolines, whether that be pro or standard, are available to take any of our bungee cord systems. So if I have a 39-inch, let's say we'll just say she has a 220 or a 230F, and it came with non-adjustable 2-knot cords. Basically, it comes with a factory setting. It's the same as all the rest of them as far as the tension, but there's no way to adjust it. So let's say we get to a point where it's too soft and we just don't like it anymore. We can always go on to JumpSport, go to accessories, look at cords, and any 3-knot or 4-knot version. So if you have a 200 series, it's 30 cords. So you can buy 30 new cords that can either be 3-knot or 4-knot, which gives you adjustability, depending on how much adjustability you want. There's certainly an option to be able to upgrade your cords. And it's very simple. You take one off, you put one on, you take one off, you put one on. You don't lose the tensioning of your mat. And it's a very simple process. If you just take your time, don't take them all off at once. Don't do any of that. Just take your trampoline, tip it on its side, take one cord off, put one cord on, throw the old one to the side, have a new pile over here, and then do that systematically all the way around your trampoline, and you should be just fine.
How about, because I know I did this, I purchased a JumpSport trampoline and I was like, wait, this is not the jump that I'm used to. And I didn't get the one, is it 36 on the Pro, right? Pro has more
Okay.
bungees.
Right. So there's two cord systems that we run. We run a 30 cord system, which is on our 200 and standard 300 series. And we run a 36 cord system, which is on our 300 Pro and 500 Pro. Okay. So it automatically has 20% more firmness because you have 6 more cords. Obviously, you raise it by 20%, it's firmer by 20%. You also have firm and extra firm cords that are available depending on the model you have. So if you have a 500 series trampoline, you're actually going to have extra firm cords as opposed to firm cords, which come on our 300 Pro and all of our standard product, which is all firm spring rate on all of that cordage. But like I said, if you're on the 500, it's going to be a little bit stiffer. Not only the 20% because it has 36 cords, but it has extra firm cords, and it's going to be firmer even so, because that's why the weight rating goes up by about 75 to 100 pounds.
All right, let's talk about weight because
Let's do that.
everybody is different. You know, I'm a pretty athletic, I'm a pretty solid person. So
Mhm.
I know that when you do have the option to buy bungees that are firmer, is that correct?
Yes.
And what would be the benefit of that? Like for me, so I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not 120 pounds. I'm like almost on one. I'm 145. So when I'm jumping,
Okay.
I
So
don't like to have a
so
loose jump. I like it a little bit.
so let's well, you're just answering your own question. So there's a couple of different reasons why you would do it. Number one, I like a firmer bounce already. I like to go at a higher BPM. I'm very athletic, I'm very conditioned, and I want to push myself really hard in specific modalities that are going to lend itself that the firmer it is, the more beneficial it's going to be to me. So when let me give you I'm gonna throw you a twist here. So if I just wanted to do balance, having a very firm surface is going to be closer to the ground and give me less instability. So it's going to be better for a deconditioned person for balance work. Whereas if I'm doing running and jumping and plyometrics and a lot of high intensity cardio at a high BPM, that firmer surface is going to be much more challenging to me. So it really depends on the application of it, whether it's going to be beneficial to you. But most people use it for two reasons. Number one, they like a firmer bounce. It's just personal preference. That's what they want. Or they weigh 200 pounds like myself. And I just want something where I can keep up with you. So at 145, your BPM, if we're on the same exact tension of a trampoline, I'm going to struggle to keep up with you because I'm 50 pounds heavier than you. So my foot's going to sink deeper, which is going to make me work harder to try to even stay with you. So
Okay,
I'll
that's good to
adjust
know
my,
because I
yeah,
have people all the time saying I can't go as fast as you, Michelle. Everybody is different, and then your tension that you're adjusting your trampoline is different too.
correct. And so going back to the personal preference, you personally like it a little firmer. And some people I know that are the same weight as you like it a little softer. So we've created product in Europe, even the larger product, they told us our product was too firm. So we had to actually reduce the tension so that people could use the larger trampoline and still feel comfortable. So the adjustment also helps you have longevity. So let's say I get a trampoline and I love just the way it is, just the way it comes out of the box. Well, after about 3 months, I realized this is a little softer and I'm working way harder and I don't like the way it feels anymore. I can then use one of the adjustments, let's say one cord every other cord, one knot every other cord, and I can firm it right back up to that original factory setting and I'm happy as a clam. So then I'm going to create longevity in this process so I can use those adjustments to actually prolong the life of my cords. So, like I was said, every 3 months, I would probably want to look at my trampoline and feel like bounce on it without working out and say, is this how I like it? Is it firm enough? Is it too soft? And if it's too soft, you can make some adjustments. You have 7 degrees of adjustability on the trampoline with a 4-knot cord system. And that allows you to get a lot of personalization as far as how you jump, how it feels, what you like, and utilize that to maintain that bounce as long as possible.
And I have a question too because we had the jump sport trampolines at our health club, and we did have the coil ones, I guess the spring ones. We had a few of them, but everybody gravitated towards the jump sport because of the comfort of them. And then we did not take the best care of the bungees. What is your recommendation? Because once we closed down because of the pandemic and I brought them here, I upgraded the bungees and it was like a whole new, like we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like how often should somebody completely change their bungees?
Well, that's personal preference. I've seen bungees last anywhere as long as 6, 7 years before people replace them.
Wow.
I've seen clubs in a very high use environment change them after 18 months. So, but that particular environment, they're bouncing multiple times a day, multiple classes a week, over time. So you're going to get close to 4 million cycles out of a set of bungees. But again, if you like it really firm, it may only last 3 years for you, which is what they're warranted for. So you should get at least 3 years out of a set of cords because that's why we give you that warranty.
Super.
Right? So that's the key to that. The higher models you buy, the better the warranty on the bungees. So one of the motivating factors for you to upgrade in general and have nicer cords and a nicer mat is that your warranty lasts longer, which means that you don't have any obligation to repair anything on any level. If God forbid something does go wrong, you can send it in and get stuff replaced. So
Yeah.
so you can guarantee you're going to get about 3 years for sure out of that one set of cords on a 4-knot system.
Super. All right. I do have one person who sent me a message, Erin Menzie. She lives in Australia. She was thinking about buying a jump sport trampoline.
Yeah.
Where can she go find that?
Well, we just established a new distributor in Australia, and it will be Jump Sport Australia. But right now, their website's under construction. So the best thing to do is go on Instagram and just DM them at JumpSportFitness Australia.
Super.
So they definitely have an Instagram handle at JumpSportFitness Australia.
All right. There are some questions that have popped up here, Steve. So I'm going to go through some of the questions here.
Okay.
Um, I know I did see one where somebody was saying that they're on a budget. Where was that one? Um, oh, here's one here. I'm just going to go down from Jen. She said she would be would jumping barefoot strengthen your arches?
Okay. Well, yes, of course, it's going to strengthen your arches. Now, if you're going to bounce vigorously and you have weak arches, it may be something that you want to talk to your podiatrist about before engaging in this. But if you are engaging in light to moderate exercise on the trampoline barefoot, it's certainly going to strengthen your feet in general. And I would imagine, unless you have flat feet, that your arches would be engaged in that process.
And then she also has a question too. There's so many models and options. It feels confusing. What do you recommend for a beginner trampoliner with limited storage space?
Okay, well, the good news is these trampolines actually store really well. So even if you got a fixed frame like this, you can take the legs off if you felt that they needed to be flat and put away. But I find that if you just stack it against the wall, it doesn't really take up a lot of space. And some people actually use it as a pet bed when they're not using it as a trampoline. So their
That's a
dogs
good
and
point.
cats, they kind of love being and laying on it. It's like their safe space or something. I've seen people put a towel over them and turn them into like a little side table, or just they stack all of their fitness equipment kind of in the corner. The trampoline kind of keeps it corralled. I don't know that any one 39-inch unit is going to be much of an issue. So probably start with a 39-inch trampoline. Um, if you're a beginner and your weight is 200, but you have to understand something else. There's a weight limit on all of them have that 250-pound weight limit because of the adjustability. So if the factory setting isn't firm enough for you, you can tighten it up. That's another reason that people can use that adjustability. But I don't know much about this person. So just to be honest, I would recommend a 350 or a 350 Pro as a good starting model. And then, we run sales all the time. I know you have discount codes, so your members can certainly go to your your and see what kind of
Right.
specials we have going. And
Ooh, I have
and
15% off right now, Steve.
well, then we should run with
That's
that.
a really good deal, guys.
It is absolutely great. So, those are the two most popular models and give you the most versatility. And certainly, the handlebar attachment is an option with both of those models.
And I would say, Jen, getting the 350 is a great start, even if you don't want to go for the pro, because you can always, like, if you're like later down on the road, then you want to upgrade it, you can upgrade it. That would mean that you would get a new jumping surface, the 36 cords, and then you could up level the cord system too. I would say when you go, what would be the difference in the 200 series from the 300 series, Steve?
Well, the 200 series is our entry level product. It does not have an enhanced lay flat mat design. It doesn't come with adjustability. So those are the two main things. Your warranty is going to be shorter. There's nothing wrong with them. They're certainly capable and they're very durable. We pride ourselves on our manufacturing and making sure that our entry level product is just as durable and robust as our pro and our commercial series stuff. The other ones just give you more features and more upgrades, and in general allows you to just feel more comfortable with your overall bounce experience. But there is absolutely nothing wrong. The 200, our 250 was up until very recently our top selling model.
So what's your top selling model now?
The 350 Pro.
Yeah, I think that's what we had when we had our gym or our club. Here's so Robert's a big jumper. I know he jumps with another YouTuber. She does really well. But Robert says, with the handlebar, the rebounder turns into a mini gym for mat work, stretching, cardio, walking, and just even standing and watching TV. YouTube's lives are always awesome, right? It's very versatile. It really is. It's way, to me, this is way more versatile than I'm going to say a bike or a treadmill. Like, I've had a lot of people. I just did a spin, like a cycle workout. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, I haven't had my spin bike out in forever." But this thing, you can use it for so many more things than just jumping on.
So let me just move me back here into the shade so I'm not cooking. And sorry, I'm in California. This is my outdoor office, so I just kind of hit
Oh,
here.
here's another
Um,
one. Oh, Jen, yeah, your cat would really love to lay on your jump sport trampoline. So another question was, is it normal for the bungees to fray? It's been nearly 2 years since I got mine, and it's a F50 foldable.
okay, so the 550F, if you're having fraying bungees and it's been 2 years, they're definitely under warranty for you if you're a home user. So I would recommend that you call into customer service, take pictures, let them know what's going on, tell them the date of your purchase, and they'll be more than happy to help figure out the warranty on that and get you new bungees to fix the problem. So no, they probably shouldn't have frayed, and I don't know what they look like, so I'm just guessing in my recommendation here. So, like I said, call customer service at Jump Sport Fitness, and they'd be more than happy to walk you through the process to get you a warranty if it's warranted.
Super. That's good. That's good to know. I know Steve was very good to respond to me a while back. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I had sent him an image of, I think I think one of our mats was ripping, and he responded quickly, got me a new mat right away, and took care of the situation. I know that Julia is saying, Julie, her trampoline just broke, but she didn't have a jump sport, so she's looking to purchase a jump sport. She's going to get the 44-inch. Definitely, if you have the room, I'm going to highly recommend the 44-inch. We went from the 39 to the 44, so this year's like the first full year we did the 40. It is a big difference if you have the space. Like, it just gives you more mat room to move around. So she's getting. Is there a 120 series? 44-inch 120?
No, there's a 400 series that's 44 inches.
Okay.
It's a home product. It is you will have to actually assemble it. It is a three-piece frame, which there's nothing wrong with that. It is non-adjustable, but it is a 44-inch trampoline with a skirted jumping surface.
Yeah.
So it's certainly a great option for a home user. It's actually not rated for commercial use.
So no crazy jumping?
No, 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 you can do crazy
Okay.
jumping.
You can
So
crazy jump?
when you're in a gym, you have multi-users, you have many people handling the product.
Yeah, and
It
they're
just wouldn't
dragging it
hold.
around.
Yeah, it just wouldn't hold up in that environment. But as a home user, and I just spent a bunch of money on a product that I'm using, I'm much more apt to take care of it and not throw my stuff
Yeah.
around. I don't know. You worked in a gym. I've worked in a gym my whole life. People, when they don't own the equipment, it seems as though they don't really care. So they just abuse it, and it's kind of sad.
So she's wondering too, like which resistance bands do you recommend for extra resistance if she's going to get that model?
The 400 series that she
Well, she
wants
was
to get.
saying she was
440,
talking about the 120
430. No,
4040
there's a 430. It's not.
430.
It's yeah.
Okay. And
We don't
Julie,
we don't make
like,
a 100 series.
okay, but Julie, seriously, if you're going to be on that trampoline a lot, it's definitely something worthwhile to invest in because it will last. Like we have trampolines that we bought originally from Jump Sport years ago, and I actually met Steve years ago, which he doesn't
Uh-huh.
remember, but I have his business card um, at a trade show one time. Here's another question, Steve. Steve, do you have a comment for a male bicyclist tennis player, 76-year-old, 200 pounds in the early stages of Parkinson's?
Well, here's what I can speak to on any of that. So first of all, it's a very forgiving surface. It's going to reduce ground impact by up to 80%. Okay, so your joints, your knees, your ankles, your hips, your back, your neck are going to be benefited by being able to do more vigorous exercise on this platform with the impact reduction. So you get all the muscular benefit, you get 30% more recruitment for stabilization. So you're getting a better workout with less impact and actually being able to complete this and feel like I can actually work out tomorrow or the next day because I didn't beat my body to death. Number one. Number two, we work with UCLA Medical Center in their Center for Autism, and they use our products as part of their therapy for people who have neurodivergence or auditory issues. I've worked personally with Parkinson's patients with the handlebar just to get them some type of cardiovascular movement that helps move their lymphatic system. So as a health tool, I believe that the reason the doctors have told me there's no real studies that I've seen it to this point that they do this because they see people that suffer from some of these situations as far as those particular illnesses or for lack of a better term. Um, so what we haven't covered about this product is not only is it a great workout tool, but it's a great wellness tool. So as far as your lymphatic system and your immune system, it's helped pushing all of your lymph through your garbage system to help your body be more efficient at processing all of these toxins out of your body. So therefore your body's freed up to be able to attack any foreign bodies or other things that are going on. It just keeps you healthier and happier. And then you talked earlier about the trampoline versus a treadmill or a elliptical or whatever. We actually there was a blind study done by ACE, which ACE you know is one of our governing bodies for fitness. They did a blind study using our product compared to a treadmill, and they found that 12 minutes on the trampoline was equivalent to 20 minutes on a treadmill running without the impact.
Oops, I think Steve just froze up there.
Yeah,
You,
just the benefit. I cut out for a second.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Um, the benefits of being able to do 12 minutes as opposed to 20 certainly is time efficient. Secondly, you get into your target zone quicker, you recover quicker. Oh shoot, why am I frozen again?
Is
Uh,
your phone hot?
I don't know.
Your
I'm
phone is in
trying.
the sun. Believe me, Michelle knows. If you get a hot phone, it shuts down.
uh,
You got to be
It's
in the shape.
it's not giving me a heat warning. Can you still hear me though?
I can hear you. No, that does it to me. If it freezes on your side and you can't see anything, I think your phone's too hot.
Well, I have it in the shade enough that it should be fine. I don't know why it
Yeah.
froze. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see.
Well, and I know Robert was asking because he had asked about the Parkinson's. The thing is, too, I know that because my father was diagnosed with Parkinson's. For balance, a trampoline, like you got to know what stage they're in. Like my dad would
Right.
never be able to get on a trampoline at this stage now, but definitely having a handlebar, if they're in the beginning stages of it, maybe that would, every person is different, and another great thing is just talk to their doctor, just get it cleared first before they decide to do something like that because falling is a high risk for a lot of those people.
Hey, let me try to re-log in here really quickly and see if I could be unfrozen.
Yeah. Well, we can see you. I don't know if they really care to see you, Steve, though. Just- we'll see if he comes back. But definitely, oh yeah, if he's playing tennis and he's bicycling, it would be a great option to see if he could. Here we go. Here he comes back. 3, 2, 1. There you are.
I
You're
made
back.
it back,
Yeah.
and I'm not frozen, and my phone's out of the sun, so we're good.
Yeah. No, I froze up. I was live on the 4th of July and it got hot. So I put it in my freezer. I use an iPad. I stick it in my freezer for a moment and then it cools out and then I pull it back out.
So again, I'll just finish with the other thing. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you for sure one way or another what the true overall benefits are. All I know is that this product has been incorporated into a lot of programs that deal with people who suffer from all types of ailments in that capacity. And I personally I train people with Parkinson's and other things. And with the new handlebar attachment, you can actually attach two handlebars to a 44-inch trampoline and turn it into almost a therapeutic type of environment for somebody who really struggles with balance or proprioception in terms of being able to keep them stable. God dang it, man! I am just having problems today, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. So here's a question for
Sorry.
you. So Shannon just wants to know, where is it? She just wants to double check. Would you recommend then waiting and just upgrade my trampoline or getting the 3 knot band first? Because she's got the real the 200 series. So Shannon,
Well,
are you saying like you're going to upgrade to like a 350 Pro, or you're just like, okay, right now I'm going to get the 3 knots? Curious.
Well, a 3 knot or 4 knot cord system is fine. I think you will be very happy with just that improvement alone, and it's very simple. Changing your mat's a little more complicated because you have to remove the old mat, you have to install the cords on the new mat, you have to properly tension it, and we do have videos that show you how to install your mat with new cords.
Yeah.
So it's not like that's not available, but it is a little bit more labor intensive to actually do that rather than just changing your cords. And look, if you change your cords and you find that it's still not good enough, then absolutely you can go back and install a new mat with the new cords you just got. But I would
Yeah.
recommend if you're going to spend the money, go ahead and get 4 knot cords. Just upgrade all the
Oh,
way.
so don't go 3 knot, go 4 knot.
Well, there's nothing wrong with them, but it just gives you more adjustability. If you're already going to install new cords, you might as well just upgrade to 4 knot cords so you have the
Well,
maximum amount of adjustability. The price difference isn't that significant. And
well, the
especially we can give, you know what? I'll tell you what we're going to do, Michelle. We're going to give your customers 15% off all their cords too. If they want to do that, I
whoa,
will
that's a good. I
we're
might
going
need
to have to
these.
get you, we're going to have to just add that to your discount right now so that people can buy cords for 15% off.
There you go, Shannon. You can get the 4 cord now. Now, Julie keeps talking about a trampoline that's not a jump sport. We're not going to give you any information on that trampoline because we don't know that trampoline. Um, so, my recommendation, Julie, is go for a good trampoline. Typically, if you're going to buy one that's on the inexpensive side, it might be okay for the beginning, and then you might see that it will wear down, and then you'll have to spend another 100 whatever to get another trampoline, right, Steve?
Look, I don't talk bad about anybody, and as long as you're bouncing, I think it's a great thing because I'm very inclusive in the bounce family, and JumpSport is just the best product there is on the market. But I'm not opposed to somebody trying other things, and I'm going to give you the reasons why you're going to come to JumpSport eventually. Because number one, most trampolines that even a bungee cord system are the bungees are procured in China, and Chinese bungee is not good. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So you're going to wear out your bungees very rapidly, and you're going to be very disappointed, and you're going to be like, "I wish I'd have just bought a JumpSport." Secondly, this curved leg design is a patented thing that is only available on JumpSport. So the stability factor is going to be huge in terms of doing other things. If you look at this trampoline as more of a platform, and like you used to say, the versatility of this product is amazing and the stability of it is incredible. That's because of that particular thing. So those other products are not going to offer you that. The amount of accessories that are available with the JumpSport Fitness trampoline is far and above anything you're going to find out there. You might find a handle, you might find a couple other little things, but most likely you're not going to have 6 or 7 or 8 different options that are available to you as accessories that go with the that are actually designed to be with this product. So, we have strength training kits and a bunch of other things that we haven't even got into, and I'm happy to come back and talk about many other things. But right now, we just covered the handlebar, and that handlebar accessory really is a game changer on this platform,
Yeah.
not on any other platform. So, those things alone, the stability, the safety factor of it, I would just be hard pressed, and you're just going to be disappointed at the longevity of the product that you're buying. So, remember, you get what you pay for. We have a huge warranty for a reason. So remember, the price you're paying, if you look at the warranty and it says I have a lifetime warranty on the frame and the legs. I have 3 years on the jumping surface and 5 years on the cords. Well, that tells you right there that you have 3 plus years that you're not going to have to do anything to this. You're not going to have to worry about it. If something goes wrong, it gets replaced. So that in itself is a huge value.
Yeah, that's a great value for sure. I agree. All right, I do want to wrap things off because we could be talking
Yeah,
about
sure.
bungees and sizes.
Yes.
And so if somebody here's just a question. Somebody bought it, they get it, they jump on it, they get it home, they're like, "Oh, this is not what I want." Can they return it? Like what's kind of is there like a window frame?
I do believe there is a return charge to replace it, but I think that's the only problem. You will have to box it back up and ship it back in order to do that or upgrade it. And I can't speak to what those costs are at the moment, but it certainly is an option to be able to return it and get something different.
So we get a lot of Puerto Ricans over here. Woo, Puerto Rico and Mexico. I know Mexico you have JumpSport in Mexico, but not in Puerto Rico. Is that right?
We do not have any distribution that I'm aware of in Puerto Rico at the moment. We
Yeah.
are working on expanding our distribution. We've gone into other countries such as Ecuador and Venezuela, and have plans for Argentina and Chile. Um, uh, Coast, Costa Rica, I've been approached by a couple people, but they haven't really pulled the trigger to be able to be a distributor down there, or at least offer the product on some capacity in
Yeah.
Costa Rica. So I'm happy to entertain people that are looking to bring product in there, and we're happy to ship it there. But the shipping costs are sometimes a little bit, disconcerting for people. But we're happy to ship it to you if you really want it.
That's true. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciated you coming on and talking and sharing all this great information so that people can make a better choice, right? Because I always say, if you want to create value, like if your health, your healthy lifestyle is really important, invest into it with great tools because those tools can really level you up and bring more to living that healthier lifestyle. So you see, my garage is filled with the trampoline. I have other little things, but we definitely use these all the time. And we are outside. We love to jump outside.
Well, that's the beauty of that trampoline. It's certainly very versatile and allows you to do it in every location. So if you want to jump in your backyard, your garage, your living room, or wherever, this
And
is
you can
certainly
take
an
it
option for
and
you.
you can take it with you. Like you said, you can just take the legs off. I just saw somebody, they put it on the airplane with them. They took it someplace. I was like, no, I don't know if I would do that.
Well, we do road trips. So, like, if you watch my nickname is Mr. Bouncer. So, we're going to have this thing called The Adventures of Mr. Bouncer. And I was just in Australia. So, if you watch our YouTube channel and you watch Instagram, you're going to find that I'm all over the place. And I take that trampoline in the mountains, at the beach, in the park. And so, it certainly is an option for everybody to do and have a great time and enjoy exercise anywhere they feel is the most important place to do that. And I
Yeah.
just want to say thank you so much for having us. Anytime you want me to come back, I'm happy to come visit again, get more
Yeah.
questions, and keep on bouncing, everybody.
Yeah, super. Thank you. And at every age too, this is great because as soon as you get on that trampoline, the first thing that you do is you smile, right? There's like this joy that happens, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna fall off. and then you get your bearings, and you're like, this is kind of fun, especially when you've got some good music, and you're surrounded by good people, and it's just it like you said, it's just a lot of fun, and it brings a lot of joy into a lot of people's lives. So
So
thank
I
you so
saw
much, Steve.
so wait, before I go, I saw one last question. How does it work when you fly? You fly it like a piece of sporting goods equipment, like your surfboard or your golf clubs. You just check it as a piece of sporting goods equipment and they'll ship it as oversized and it will come out right where the golf clubs and the surfboards and the skis come out. So
Yeah.
that's how that works.
And then we're gonna make sure that Lauren knows about the discount code, right?
I'm gonna get on it as soon as
Okay.
I get off the line
And
with
then
you.
we'll use the same code. That's good because the
Same
M
code.
Breeler. Yeah. M.
I'm just gonna add it to there that they can use that code and still get the 15% off the cords.
All right, super. Thank you so much for all your information. You have an awesome weekend because it's Friday. Get your workout in. And then if you don't have a jump sport trampoline, this is the prime time to get it. You can get 15% off. Or you can level up your trampoline by upping your bungee cords to a three knot, 4 knot, or your surface, right? I did that on like two of mine where I flipped them upside down, took the whole pad off, and put a whole new one on. Yes. Thank you
Right.
guys. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.